This is part 2 of a retest of Damien's unit, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to show a little bit more about the operation of the SafeGuard. So here we are running channel 1, the top trace is the input on the green wire from the signal generator. That's this one here, points input. And trace number 2, the blue one, is the aux output that drives an MSD if you want to do that. And the orange trace is the knock retard signal on the bar graph. And the green trace is the trigger. So we'll power up the MSD for a minute. Okay, and you can hear it running, and there's you can see the spark in the chamber there. Okay, so let's disconnect that for now. Yeah, you can notice the MSD draws current from the battery charger over here. So that you can see that in the amplitude of the signals. And let's see, we'll raise this up to there. Okay, so from here to here is 90 degrees on our V8. Okay, so here's my little tapper. Okay, so I'm going to tap on the knock sensor, and I've got the unit set for retard all. Switch number 1 is up for now, and it's in 2 degrees per step. So total retard is 20 degrees. So there's 20 degrees across the board, all cylinders being retarded. And you can see on the gauge it's one bright LED. And the orange trace there is the voltage. It's 0.13 volts per step. So a total of 1.3 volts at full retard. Okay, so now I'll put switch number 2 down. And we'll tap on the sensor. And let's change the horizontal scale. Okay. So you can see multiple cylinders being retarded by different amounts. So that orange trace, you could log that. And if you had a cam sync, let's just pretend this is the cam sync signal. Then, and you knew the firing order, you could tell how far each cylinder is retarded. You'd measure the height of the orange trace and the position relative to the cam sync signal. So you could do that with a fast data logger. AEM makes a 4-channel fast data logger. I think it's under $400. Or you could video record it. And here's the bar graph signal. So the thing I did to Damien's unit was I added a feature. I updated the code to trigger the gauge during cranking. So here's very low speed cranking. So that's every time that flashes, you get 1 spark. An interesting thing I noticed was it's too slow for the MSD. MSD will not trigger at that low of RPM. It's just below the threshold. Okay, there the MSD starts to trigger. Kind of weird. So one of the ways you can test the J&S unit, if for some reason you get no spark out, one of the things you can do So I've got the green wire jumper to a test point. The green wire here is from the signal generator. So let's just disconnect that. Okay. So now if you tap it to ground, as if you were a set of points opening and closing, the J&S triggers every time. Every time you touch ground, J&S will trigger. But the MSD doesn't fire. So if you scrape your wire against ground, you can get the MSD to fire. But it won't fire below. Let's see what that is on the, okay. Somewhere around 200 milliseconds it stops working. Okay, so we'll tap on the knock sensor again. And at this horizontal scale, you can't really tell that the blue trace is being retarded individually. Different cylinders. Disconnect that. Okay, you can see some cylinders being retarded individually. Okay.